this the thing they want him to do? Is there an exit plan? Is there a plan B that ensures that Egypt now is not going to be taken over by somebody who's not interested in being a partner of the United States?
Well, the interesting thing here is that he's not going to run again is very different to saying he's going to step down from office, which is what the people on the street are demanding. That, to me, is going to be the key. What are the protesters who are out there in their tens of thousands, are they going to say, yeah, well, wait, let's remember, this election's not till September. Are they going to say, well, we'll wait another 7 or 8 months and see what happens? Meanwhile, you've got that military structure that he's put in again with the Vice President, Prime Minister, both military guys, that he's put in again. So you're going to have this structure continue to crystallize leading up to September. What happens then? How free? How fair were the elections been? It's not what the protesters are asking for.
So the question is, I want to bring in, I've got John King in Washington, I've got Jill Doherty as well at the State Department. I want to bring Jill into this conversation. Jill, this is not the revolution that so many of our viewers and so many in the Arab world have been watching evolve or thinking they've been watching evolve. It is a slow evolution of a shift in U.S. policy about Egypt and a shift from President Hosni Mubarack, small steps forward. Is this revolutionary, or is this not going to be enough?
Well, that's the question. Will it really be enough? But I think there's a missing link that I'd like to put in here, Ali, and that is that President Obama is the one who decided finally to get that message to Hosni Mubarack, urging him not to run. And we just got confirmation from a senior U.S. official that that message was delivered by the special envoy, former Ambassador Frank Wisner, who went to the region and met with Hosni Mubarack. So that's the link. I mean, it's pretty clear that President Obama realized or decided that this was the moment where, you know, it was the end, and that it was advisable that President Mubarak not run again. So now, is it a revolutionary situation? Well, I mean, it's very fast-moving. But I think the question is, what happens now? Is that enough for the opposition? Because saying that you're not going to run is one thing. Saying that you're going to step down is another. And the president of Egypt is not saying that he will step down. He's saying, I won't run. So there are a lot of unknowns. Will the crowds, will the opposition think that that is enough?
All right, John King, I know you've been working on the story as well as Jill Doherty. Is there a plan beyond this? If the president sent an envoy there to say you need to take some kind of a concrete step and it needs to be public, which is what we're expecting to see from President Hosni Mubarack within the hour, quite possibly, this taped announcement that he is not going to run again. Do they have a plan B? Do they know who they want to run? Do they know who, does the U.S. know who it wants to support? Or is the U.S. going to say, our job's done, let's step back and let the chips fall where they may?
Well, it will be somewhere in the middle. The United States would never say this is who we want to be the next president of Egypt. We do know, as Jill just noted, number one, the most significant thing was the president of the United States sent word to President Mubarak that he no longer had his support to stay on and that he should announce publicly, the United States wanted him to announce publicly, he would not be a candidate in the next election. We know from other sources that it is the preference of the United States government that he would step down in time, not immediately. They don't want to create a vacuum, but they want him to reach out. They want the new vice president, the Army chief of staff, to reach out to leaders of the opposition, to bring them in, to start a dialogue, and to form a transitional government up until the next election. And I believe we will hear from the President of the United States later this afternoon, Ali, if President Mubarak delivers that announcement, which the White House is told is coming, but it wants to see it before it believes it. Then I think you will hear from the President of the United States. And one of the things